I first discovered Jennique's condition back in 2010. One morning I was laying in the bed next to her, happened to look in her eye, and I noticed her eye had a red color. But I was like, okay, I wasn't really, too sure what it was. So then I noticed she started crying a lot, and then I said, no, something is wrong. So she kept crying for the whole day like she was in pain, and the eye was just getting redder and redder. So I decided to take her to the eye doctor. They said to me, well, she's gonna have to be flown out ASAP. She was just crying. She had a lot of pain. She was crying morning, noon, and night, non-stop, not eating because she was having so much pain in the eye. So I eventually took her to Miami, and unfortunately, Jennique had to get admitted to the hospital because she wasn't eating. She developed malnutrition, dehydration, due to the lack of not wanting to eat because of the pain. Jennique, since her condition was back in 2010, I took her to Bascom Palmer. That's where she got treatment there. So she had a few surgeries and so on. And then because of the glaucoma, the eye pressure was very high. Hence the reason why she was crying so much due to the pain. She received treatment. She had surgery to lower the pressure in the eye. So after a while, she was calm. She was on quite a number of eye drops. So she had to be on an eye drop regimen for quite a while. Unfortunately, Jennique's eye ended up, because of the fluid buildup, she ended up losing sight in the eye. So she lost her sight in her left eye. So they had to have it removed because the fluid was building up so much the eye started to bulge out of the socket. The children made fun of her. I remember I sent her to a summer camp one time and I couldn't send her back the next day because the children were making fun of her and she couldn't deal with it. Then her brother, Drédan, I woke up one Saturday morning and I happened to just look in his eye and I noticed his eye looked the same way. And I said to their father, I think Drédan has the same thing. I decided to just gather all the energy I had and just took him to the doctor. I called Dr. Walwyn that same Saturday. He told me bring him to the office. Took him into the office and he said to me, he has the same condition like his sister. So he was the same thing, cried all day, morning, noon and night, non-stop, not eating, was just in so much pain. It was very, very stressful. With Drédan now, when we went to Miami, it was straight from the airport to hospital because his condition was worse than hers. So he had lots of surgeries. He had over 10 surgeries. He was on a strict eye drop regimen that was just crazy. I had to have a book where I had to tick off, he gets this half an hour from this one and then another 2 hours. It was, you couldn't sleep at night because it was just eye drops. It was a lot. It was a lot, yes. Unfortunately, he lost his sight in his right eye. He ended up having a cornea transplant when I took him to Miami, but his body eventually rejected it. So he has a cornea transplant in his right eye and he has a shunt in each eye. So he has a shunt in his left eye and a shunt in the right eye, which is basically to prevent the fluid from building up in the eye so they don't bulge like the sister own, and he has to remove them. So he has to go back to Miami for treatment for that. There was a time when I said to her, Jennique, your brother has the same condition like you, and she started to cry. She said, Mommy, I don't want him to have the same thing. She was 6 at the time. She said, Mommy, no, I don't want him to have the same thing like me. And she cried and I had to talk to her. They have been very helpful. Even for Drédan, surgery would cost, one surgery for him would cost like 50,000 US. So almost every time I have to travel, I'd have to write a letter and ask them for financial assistance to help prepare with surgeries and all of that. For Miss Tanis, she has been very, very helpful, and I will always and forever be grateful to Miss Tanis. She's also willing to help me and to assist with the children, so I'm grateful for that. So medical benefit has been of a great help, and I hope they will continue. Right now, Jennique is not on anything, but Drédan continues to take his eye drops, so I will get that through medical benefit also. They are doing quite well. actually, the whole eye condition doesn't stop them. They function, they play, they act like normal children. You would never know that they see from one eye each because they're just active and they do everything like regular children.
What do you do for fun?
I get excited and play and do everything.
Everything like what?
School and do everything else. And that's it.
When I first had my big eye, I was being sometimes bullied by children. And they just like laugh. But now, I get my prosthetic eye, I feel like a normal child, better. I want to say to the other young people who are going through the things like me and have other challenges, to be calm, be brave, and love yourself.
These are my children, and I think God gave them to me for a reason. And it has been hard, it has been rough, but God has given me the strength. I did it, and
continue to do
I
it.
will continue to do it, no matter what. My children, as long as I'm alive, I will do whatever I have to do for my children. Advice to be observant. Observe your children every day, every minute of the day. Anything that you see that doesn't seem normal, if you find that they're crying excessively or something that just does not seem right to you, don't just leave it. I mean, investigate, find out what's happening with your child, and take them to the doctor if you have to. Just be aware. Be aware, be alert, and just look out for anything. Just always be on the lookout and make sure that you just keep your guard up, because I mean, things happen. Sometimes they don't happen right away after birth. Sometimes it takes a while, a couple months, but always be observant.